I'm Denise Johnson with Stamp Designs with Denise. I'm coming to you live right now from Bedford, New Hampshire. I am an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! And I'm just going to I just had a problem with my video. I think I was not telecasting, so just give me a second and I am going to double check to make sure that I am actually now live. And so yes, it looks like I am. And so I'm all set. So thank you for your patience. If you're watching this video, either live or as a replay on Facebook, if you could give me a thumbs up or comment on it or share it, that would be great. I do send out little gifts to people that do that. I put everybody in a raffle and I pick one winner a week. I think I've missed the past couple of weeks. So Sue Rowe and Danielle Eldon will be receiving a little gift in the mail from me as a thank you for commenting on my videos. I appreciate the support, and that also helps me keep doing these free live videos for you where I show you how to make some wonderful cards using Stampin' Up! Product. Today I have a great layout. I made a card the other day using a paper pumpkin kit, and I like the layout, so I wanted to take that today then and make 3 different cards using that one layout. So I'm going to get you all flipped around and we will get started on making some cards. So we're going to just do a little bit of housekeeping here. First, if you don't mind, the Designer Series paper sale is still going on. It goes until October 31st, so you have until Saturday if you're interested in getting some Designer Series paper. They have 15 packages that are 15% off, and the link will be on my blog for that. Also, the Jolly Gingerbread Paper Pumpkin Kit is available to order until November 10th. If you'd like to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, I will put a link of that in my blog as well. Next Tuesday, Stampin' Up! Is coming up with an early release product. It's the Curvy Celebrations. It will include a stamp set and a die, which you can bundle together for 10% off. The quite curvy stamp set and the curvy dies will be available in January in the mini catalog that comes out. But this exclusive, the Curvy Christmas stamp set and the classic Christmas 6x6 Designer Series paper will only be available in November and December. And then, as you can see, these items here in this Christmas stamp set coordinate with some of the curvy dies. So next Monday, I'm actually going to be showing you some cards using this set. And it doesn't become available to purchase until November 2nd, which it would be next Tuesday. So let's get started. This is the card I made the other day with my paper pumpkin alternatives, and I like the layout, and so I decided that today I'm going to make 3 different cards for each of the 3 upcoming holidays using this layout. So I will show you how to do that. Our first set that we're going to use is going to be this Magic in This Night Suite. So I'm actually going to show you a really quick, easy Halloween treat that you can make. I just thought with Halloween coming up on Saturday, you might want a quick treat package to make so that you can give out some candy. Of course, socially distance while you give out the candy. So let's do that. So I am using this Hallows Night Magic. I'm using Blackberry Bliss. I'm using some of this metallic mesh ribbon. And then this is the die. It is the Halloween Magic die. I have a scrap piece of the black glimmer paper. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White that's 1/2 inch. I have a 6x6 piece of Designer Series paper. And then I'm going to use some iridescent pearls to add some sparkle. So I did do this maybe about a month or so ago. I did a whole video on treats, and I had made this, so I thought it would be good to review and do this again. So this paper is 6 by 6. We're going to fold it up corner to corner. And then I'm going to take this one center piece and fold it down. I turn it over. I'm sort of going to cut this part into thirds, so I'm going to fold 1/3 over. And I'm going to use my bone folder. It just kind of gives me a nicer crease on this. And fold in the other side. Give myself a nice crease. And then what I do is I just tuck this right in here. You don't need any tape or adhesive to keep that closed. It tucks right in the back. And you now have a little pouch. But we're going to decorate this. So I used my dies and the black glimmer paper, and I cut out one of these bats. And then I have my scrap paper, and we're going to do the trick or treat sentiment. Now I have the classic labels punch for this. So I'm just going to punch that out. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals. Did you know that Stampin' Up! Actually has black dimensionals in addition to their white dimensionals? So I'm going to use some black on this. Just put this right across the top. And then I'm going to use a dimensional to attach my die cut bat shape. And then there's always questions about what sort of candies will fit inside of these treat pouches. So I bought a snack pack of candy the other day at the store, and my family hasn't eaten it all yet. But so, I mean, it holds, you know, one Reese's peanut butter cup. It holds the little snack M&M packages. I have 2 of those mini Twix bars. It just so happens I have a left and right Twix bar. There you go. 2 of those will fit in there. 2 of the little Starbursts will fit in there. And then also I have a Snickers bar. So the Snickers bar will also fit in there. So it's a pretty good size. You know, it holds one of those snack size candy bars. So it's a pretty cute way to give candy. And then, oh, and I did say we were going to add some sparkle, didn't I? So I am going to get the iridescent pearls and just throw some of those right on the top front. So there we go. So let me just set this stuff aside, and we are going to use the same set for our first card. So all of my measurements today for all 3 cards are going to be the same. I have a card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. I'm just gonna fold that with my bone folder. My cardstock, this one is the Gorgeous Grape color. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then my Whisper White layer is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then I have a scrap piece of Whisper White that is 1 inch. So what I want to do is I want to block off part of this card so that the ink that I'm stamping leaves this one strip of on my card front plain. So I am going to use some washi tape just to hold this in place so that it doesn't slide while I'm stamping on it. And now using Memento black ink, I have my bat stamp. They're attached. Some people cut them apart, which you're more than welcome to do. Once you own the stamp set, you can do whatever you want with it. I left mine together. And then I'm just going to randomly stamp these bats on my card front. I'm pressing a little bit firmer around where I have my blocking because I want to make sure that it transfers right at those edges. And there are our bats. So now you can see when I remove my masking strip here, this center doesn't have the imprinted bats on it. So I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape ink and my Happy Halloween. And I am going to stamp that right up the middle of my masked area. And I have my Gorgeous Grape layer, so I'm going to attach this. And then I have this twine. And I'm just going to tie it right around here. I just really like the wispiness of it and the sparkle that's in it. So cut that. Let me tell you, in case you're wondering, it's maybe about 16 inches of this. And then I'm just going to put a knot right here. And then I trim it. I guess I didn't need quite that much. There we go. And my iridescent pearls. I'm going to add some of those right on the front as well. There we go. And now we can attach this to our card front. You know, I like this metallic. I'm going to add some of that actually to the front of this as well. I'm going to tuck it underneath that flap and do the same thing. Put a little knot in it. Got a whole spool of it. I may as well use it up. I might not be in the camera right now. There we go. There, now we have some of that spider mesh added to that too. Just kind of finishes it off. And sometimes I add a little glue dot right underneath where my bow is. It just keeps it from shifting and coming undone. So let's just add that in there. And then that'll lie nice and flat against that. And there we go. So that's our first card using that layout. This is our Halloween card. So let me set that aside, clean out some of my supplies here so I can get the next card out. So our next card, we're going to be using this Gather Together bundle. It has a stamp set, Gathered Together, and then it has coordinating gathered leaves dies. We're not going to be using the dies today. I'm just going to be using the stamp set. If you do buy the stamp set and the dies together, that you get a 10% discount on the bundle. So I have the Gather Together stamp set. I'm going to use some of the holiday rhinestones. My colors that I'm using are Bumblebee, Terracotta Tile, and Pretty Peacock. I'm just going to be using that one leaf stamp. I also have some embroidered ribbon. And I will be doing this card on the Very Vanilla. So same measurements as the first card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My cardstock layer, which is a terracotta tile, is 4 by 5 1/4. And then my Very Vanilla layer is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have a piece of the 1-inch scrap paper. So let me get my card folded and scored first. Set this aside. And now I have this Stampin' Pierce matte. I like to use that as a base when I'm doing and using the photopolymer stamps. It has a little bit of give, but not much, but it's a nice firm base to stamp on. So the difference is these are the photopolymer stamps. You can see through them. And then the other ones that I used on the first card, these are the red rubber. So that's what the difference is. So the red rubber tends to have, the red rubber has these sponge already in it. So that's what gives you your give as you're pushing on it. But because the photopolymers are this plastic material, it doesn't have that sponge. So the Stampin' Pierce mat gives you that. So again, I'm going to take my 1-inch piece of scrap paper on my Very Vanilla layer, and using some washi tape, I'm just going to secure it in place. It doesn't want to rip there. Okay. So I am going to use 3 different colors for this using the same stamp. So I'm going to start with my Pretty Peacock. And I will be cleaning my stamp between. So it's a pretty nice, good size stamp. So I don't need that many of each color. Let's do that, okay. And then I'm going to clean this off. Sorry, I need to, I don't know if my camera was moving or not, but I'll get back in the video so you can see me. I clean my stamps off on a chamois that's been just rinsed out in water. Now we're going to do the Bumblebee. And clean my stamp once more. And then I'll do the terracotta tile. There we go. So we'll remove our masking, and as you can see, I have that area right there now ready for my sentiment. I'm going to do Season of Thanks in the terracotta tile. And because this sentiment didn't go all the way across like my last one did with the Happy Halloween, I sort of have this empty space here. So I am going to do my ribbon going top to bottom, but I'm going to attach it to my terracotta tile layer first. Uh-oh. That tape is sticky. Okay, I can move this out of the way. I don't need that right now. And I can get this attached to this. And then I'm not going to do a bow or anything. I'm just going to do a simple knot right here with this. There we go. And again, I'm just going to stick a little glue dot right underneath here. And I am going to trim these because they're a little ragged. And then for our sparkle, I have the Holiday Rhinestones jewels, and as you can see, they come in 5 different colors. There's a yellow, red, there was a green, I used all of those, Pool Party, and then the darker blue, Night of Navy. But I'm going to use the yellow ones on this card here. There we go. And there's some sparkle. And let's attach this to our card base. Okay, let me just get some of this stuff out of the way. And we'll go on to our final card, which, if you've been paying attention, our first card was Halloween. Our next card was for Thanksgiving. So our last card will be for Christmas. Let me set this aside. And I am going to be using this Sweetest Time stamp set. This does come with a coordinating die, the Sweetest Borders dies. It's a very detailed die. I can show you some cards that I've made with that. We're not going to use the dies today. I'm just going to use the candy cane and this little round candy for our card. But it makes some very beautiful detailed cards. So this is one I made. This is another one. So it has these 2 different border dies in it. One has the hollies and the other one has the candy canes. And this is sort of a non-traditional holiday card I made with it. I stamped out the candles. All 3 of them are on the same stamp, and then I cut them out. Stamped them actually in 3 different colors and then cut them out and layered them. And then this is where I stamped those 3 cards and used one of the dies to sort of make a window card. So those are some of the cards using the dies. It's very, very pretty, very detailed. But like I said, we're just going to use the stamp set today. So I have my stamp set. We're going to be Christmas colors, Real Red, Garden Green. My card base, again, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My garden green layer of cardstock is 4 inches by 5 1/4. The Whisper White, 3 3/4 by 5, and my 1-inch scrap piece of paper for my masking. So let's get this folded. Set these aside. And let's see. This stamp set is the photopolymer again, so I'm going to get out my Stampin' Pierce mat. And some more washi tape. Hold that in place. So I'm going to do the candy cane stamp, and I'm going to do that one in red. So I'm just going to fill up my card with my candy canes. And then using the round candy, I'm going to do that one in the garden green. I just wanted to add another color into this so it wasn't all completely red. And I thought the green would be a nice offset and also Christmas color. So I'm just going to fill in some of my empty spots here with this peppermint candy. I guess maybe winter green. Green would be the winter green flavor. Okay, get those set aside. Close up my green. And take off my masking. We've got that nice area right there for our sentiment. So this is wishing you the sweetest season. And I'm going to do this in the real red, right across in the middle, like that. And then for our sparkle, I have these wonderful gems. They come in the clear. It looks like they've got a little bit of gold glitter, and then they also have these red, which have a glitter look to them as well. So we will stick those on our card front. And there's our sparkle. So let's get this attached to our garden green layer. And we will attach this to our card base. I didn't add a ribbon or anything to this one. I thought it was just enough. Was very busy with the candy canes and the mints. So I just thought adding a little bit of sparkle would be enough on that one. And there we go. So that is our third card. So as you remember, this was my inspiration. This was the card I had made last week using the Paper Pumpkin Joy to the World kit. And then I came up with these three cards. And then I also made my little treat. I don't know what I did with my candy. Here's my candy. I'll stick some M&Ms in my little treat box. So there you go. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to share or comment on this for a raffle prize. If you use my host code to place an order, you'll receive a free gift from me. And remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go.